Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're working on this. 427 for the 66 Impala. We're going to work on prepping the engine and getting ready to drop in. So let's get to it. Thermostat and gasket in, distributor in, coil, fuel pump, fuel line, engine mounts, oil filter. I know, old school. Everybody probably wants me to put a spin on there. No. This is an original car, gets the original type of filter. Anyway, she's ready to get pulled off the engine stand and clutch assembly and the bell housing installed on the back and dropped in the car. At this point, you definitely want to pull out the clutch alignment tool. Make your life a lot easier. Try to find the right bushing to fit in. Too small. Let's try the next one here. That one, I think, is it. Let's give it a test. That's about as good as I'm going to be able to get it. The problem I'm facing right here is this is what's called a ball pivot. And this is the adjuster. It's an Allen screw, or Allen head anyway. And it screws in and out of the block, or out of the bell housing, to adjust the depth of the clutch fork. Right now, as I'm tightening down the bell housing, this thing is tight against the clutch. If this thing was driven like this, I don't know how the heck it could have ever had any clutch to it, because I'm depressing the clutch right now. It's been constantly slipping. So what I'm going to do is adjust out this ball pivot to release the pressure on the throwout bearing to the diaphragm of the clutch. Oh! Wow. Okay. I don't like what I have to do here, but let's try this. Okay, there we go. Okay, we have some clearance now. I know the transmission comes in here somehow, so this has to be below the surface of the bell housing. I'm just going to try tightening it a little bit and hope. Oh man, that's no good. That's a problem. This definitely has to be at or below the surface of the mating area where the transmission bolts on. So I've got a problem. The pressure plate might be too high, throwout bearing might be wrong, not sure. I'm off the stand now with the engine, so I don't have much of a choice. I got to put it in the car. I won't be able to put the transmission up and in until I get this figured out, but it's got to go in the car now. At this point, I'm having a real struggle dropping this engine in. The driver's side sits down on the saddle real fine, but the passenger side motor mount does not want to drop down into the frame saddle. Tried putting dowels in there to wiggle it around. It just would not drop. But I do have one trick up my sleeve that I'm going to have to try. This engine's been battling me pretty hard. I haven't had one fight me like this for a long time. Let me see if I can give myself a little good luck by putting one of my good luck charms on the engine. Boy, does that look much better. After more struggling, decided I better put this car in the air and try to work at it from underneath. I think this was the way to go, even though it still wasn't easy. I did manage to get my dowel in, wiggle it, adjust the mount enough to get the bolt to sneak into place. Well, it's in. That was a battle. It's because it's a Chevy, no question about it. But my good luck charm took care of it. As soon as I put this thing on, smooth sailing. Actually, I'm lying. This didn't do a thing. Here is the resolution to the problem of the clutch ball pivot. What I did, I backed it out, trimmed off about a little more than 1/8 of an inch, polished it off, and then sunk it back in with Loctite, blue Loctite. Now I have a nice sufficient amount of clearance back and forth where the throwout bearing won't be riding on the clutch fingers. All right, cue the comments from the haters now. Engine's in, clutch issue solved, transmission's in. I have to do the drive shaft yet, get that ready to put in. Needs a new yoke. The old yoke was really tore up. We got a good used one of those coming. It's getting reconditioned now. And then we can start putting things together that I never tore apart. I don't know where things go. Half of it goes, but I'll figure it out. Once again, thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel.